In corporate treasury and finance, there are a lot of risks to manage. These risks have their own policies and procedures, which can be stored in documents across multiple systems, like spreadsheets, Word documents, and PowerPoints. This kind of fragmented information can make it very difficult and time-consuming for employees to find the information that they're looking for. Now imagine if all of this information on your organization's policies, procedures, and expert insights was stored in a single place where anyone on your team could get immediate access to the most accurate information available. In Treasury and finance, ChatGPT and other large language models can act like an AI-powered assistant that understands your company's policies and procedures. So instead of manually searching through long fragmented documents, you can simply ask ChatGPT a question and it will instantly provide all information to you. Let's see what this looks like in action. I'll walk you through how we can upload a policies and procedures document into ChatGPT and use it to train a chatbot that can answer questions about our document. I've created a policies and procedures document for a mock multinational company called Imagine Co. We'll start by uploading this document into the chat using this plus sign here. I'm also going to give ChatGPT clear instructions on how I want it to interact with this document and provide its responses. So here are my instructions for ChatGPT. You are an AI assistant trained to answer questions about our company's policies and procedures. Always reference the provided information and do not make any assumptions. If a question falls outside of the documented policies, instruct the user to consult the appropriate department. When applicable, provide references to specific sections of the document at the end of each response. So these instructions help to make sure that ChatGPT retrieves information correctly and stays within the guidelines of our policy. It might sound obvious to ask it to not make up any information, but a common type of hallucination happens when the model tries to fill in knowledge gaps using information that doesn't exist. In this case, where there's no clear answer, we've asked the model to instead direct the user to the appropriate department from the policy. Once we submit these instructions, ChatGPT will update its memory and will be ready for our questions. So let's start with a simple question. What hedging instruments have been approved for FX risk management? This type of question pulls information directly out of our policies and procedures document without the need for any interpretation. Since our document explicitly lists approved instruments, the model can provide them to us. In this case, we see that we've been approved for a number of different instruments. We can also see that it specifies the relevant document section at the end of its response, so the user can go back to that part of the policy if they want to read more. Okay, so now let's try a more complex scenario-based question. This question is: a counterparty bank used for FX hedging has had its credit rating downgraded to BBB+. What actions should the Treasury team take? Now, this question requires the model to connect multiple sections of the policy and determine whether this rating is below the company's minimum threshold, how the company policy addresses downgrades in credit ratings, and what actions need to be taken by the Treasury team. And just like before, the model references the relevant section of the policy document at the end of its response, just like we asked. It's important to note that the free version of ChatGPT does have limitations when it comes to working with uploaded documents and longer prompts. Without a paid account, ChatGPT can limit the number of times that you can interact with the chat for a certain period of time. The paid subscription for ChatGPT doesn't have this limitation, and it offers more advanced features. So if you do find this tool useful, it's worth exploring whether a paid subscription is right for the needs of your organization. I hope this shows how AI-powered tools like ChatGPT can improve the way Treasury and finance teams access information. Instead of relying on scattered documents, We can train a custom policies and procedures chatbot that understands your organization's specific language, documents, and processes. This can give employees quick access to reliable information from anywhere, reduce dependency on long tenured employees, and improve the onboarding process for new hires. And the best part is that it's easy for anyone to use because it doesn't require any coding skills or special commands. As your organization's operations become more complex, having quick access to policy information becomes increasingly more important. As AI tools like ChatGPT can help to centralize this knowledge, this information can become searchable and available to everyone so that teams can work more efficiently and focus on what really matters.